And this is where things can get interesting here, because last time when we did see that oscillator hitting the top of his band, you guys know what happened, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Keiki here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading. Today, market is up about 3%. Dyer on the edge of Nasdaq 3.1%, semiconductor 4.3%, Dow almost 3%, along with the Russell 2000, transport, banks, energy, biotech, healthcare, home builders, utilities, retail, emerging market, every single sectors are green today. Notably though, looks like home builders and the energy and semiconductors, these guys led the entire market today. Bitcoin up, gold, silver, miners also dollar down, oil up, treasury bond pretty much flat. VIX is down a little bit. Let's do this. S&P 500 ETF. Spider! 65-minute chart here. So this is where we closed yesterday. And looks like finally, for the first time this entire downturn, the buyers, they were able to bring it up with the gap up. In that process, they were able to formulate their own bullish island bottom reversal here, because there was a down gap here. We gapped it over. And I don't know if you guys remember what I was talking about on the last night's update. Not only they need to gap it over, because remember there's two down gaps. Remember there's down gap here and down gap here. Not only they need to gap it over, but they also have, not only have to gap it over this one, they also have to fill this down gap as well. And they did that. On the first hour, we did see that thrust, a little bit of sideways action. Third hour, a little downturn. Bulls brought it right back up. And the fifth hour and the sixth hour, we did close the day on a positive note here. So what are the levels that we can kind of expect, you know, going forward for this week? Obviously, if there's going to be any kind of a decline going into tomorrow, my short micro-term moving average right here currently residing at 373, right? This is where micro-term moving average was acting as a support yesterday. So that's going to be the level along with that 372 as that gap up support, gap up area. If the market continues to move higher, we do see a continuation. I see that there's a resistance somewhere about here, about 381 or so. These prior supports could act as you know, new resistance. And then ultimately though, what the buyers are looking for, if they truly want to turn things around, they need to get above 390. You got to fill this down gap that was open back in you know, September 16th. Let's check out that oscillator. So that bullish divergence truly played out this time around. You can see that we got the lower highs here, or lower lows rather, and then with that higher low on that oscillator, and finally buyers able to materialize off of that bullish divergence. And now that bullish divergence and the oscillator is now at the top of his band. And this is where things can get interesting here, because last time when we did see that oscillator hitting the top of his band, you guys know what happened, right? Bears came in and they gapped it down, turned this into an island top, and they brought it down for entire month of September, completely slaughtering the bulls. And we are same level here. So if the bulls don't want to be viciously attacked once again for the month of October, they gotta figure out how to keep that oscillator elevated, not let the oscillator come down all the way to the bottom of his band, but rather have that kind of, you know, like you see what the bears were doing somewhere in that visit. They kind of keep it oscillator at the bottom of his band. And that's what you want to see, right? When the bears keep that oscillator at the bottom of his band, they're basically telling you that this is their territory. So if you're a buyer here, you're desperately seeking higher prices to, you know, regain some of the control here. You got to have that, because obviously oscillator is overbought. So you got to have that oscillator reset of some sort. And instead of have that, you know, price tanking, you need that price to kind of move sideways or consolidate or some sort. You cannot afford another huge down gap or anything like that. And then in that process, you want to see that oscillator coming down a bit, but inevitably you do want to see that oscillator crossing back and forth at the top of his band and rallying, having that rally going for a couple weeks or so. And obviously, inevitably, you do want to get above 390, ultimately 411, if the buyers want to get any kind of momentum going. But keep in mind, we're still in the midterm of things, and you know, mid to longer term of things, we're still in a bearish territory. We're still in this downtrend territory. So any moment, boss bears can attack. So momentum is very, very important for the bulls. They need to keep this going if they do not want to see the bear troops coming in and dismantling everything. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening and go train tomorrow.